Yo, YouTube, what's good? On that rec passing clinic video, I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff like that, asking what this build was. So here we are. Before I start, appreciate the love. That video is doing really well. Finding a lot of like passers, point guards, people saying they just like the video, and the vision was good. Just appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But coming into making builds, I have two things in mind. I have the way I assess how I play, which I'm a pass first point guard. I'm not a brew ball handler, like a cheesy ball handler, stuff like that. And I like to play defense. So I usually keep those things in mind. The next one is that I usually have a player, like a real life NBA player in mind. For me, with this build, it was Magic Johnson. If you're thinking about pass first and also entertaining, there's a lot of people that come to mind. You could go with Jason Williams and stuff like that too. But Jason Williams was a little less practical. Like, he was more street ball than Magic. So Magic ought to be a more practical and in realistic situations. So let's rock. Position, point guard, hand this right, jersey number 43. If you really want to go with the purple cut, go 32. Magic's number 6'6". I do not like to be a small player in this game. It makes no sense to me to be a small player in this game. There's probably like good reasons, but I just don't. Unless you're gonna gonna ISO and stuff, like your comp point guard, how to dribble and stuff like that, and ISO. You could do that, and you're gonna run in 2-3 and stuff. But I run the randoms a lot, and even if I'm running with my regular teams, I don't like to be a defensive liability. Obviously, that's one thing I always like to keep in mind with all of my builds. I hate being short, unless that's the meta of the year. 2K22 I had something like that, not this year. Weight 200 pounds. As you can see, the interior defense is not that high in this player, but I did weigh 200 pounds just cause I want to be just a little bit bigger, just to get a little bit more of those bump in, like one of those bump animations when they go to the rim and just do a dumbass layup. Wanted more of that. Wingspan 7'3", just so I could play the passing lane a little bit more with longer arms. That ended up working out really well for me with this build. Body shape. Now, 2K lied to y'all. Body shape most definitely matter. If I'm making a defender, I'll make a solid body shape just because I take more space up, like on the court. If you're making like a pure ball handler, or just a person looking to score and just squeeze through like gaps in the defense, you make a slighter build just because you're a little bit more you're smaller. You're gonna fit through a little bit of lanes a little bit better. But I made this player solid just so I can take a little more space, especially on defense. I do not like being a liability, but y'all can do whatever y'all want with that. Close shot is a 50. I never touch close shot or driving layup on any of my real builds that I make, unless I'm going for a slasher build, which I never really make. Those usually go up by me upgrading driving dunk. Driving dunk I did 88. Shit. I like to have a high dunk, and also I like to use quick drop, which is the best dunk animation in the game. Requirements for that are a 82 dunk minimum. I think minimum is 84 driving dunk and a 65 vert. But if you want to get contact dunks, I'd highly recommend going with the 80, like pro contact dunks. I'd go with like an 80, just go 88 and a vert 75 minimum. Just do that, or 85 driving dunk, and always do your minimum vert 75. Mid range I never upgrade. That always goes up with my 3-pointer. My jump shot requirements are a 76 3-pointer, but I did a little bit higher this play since I'd be shooting a little bit more. Usually with pass first players, how defenders like to play, you see them kind of step back and try to pick off where you're trying to throw the ball. So to avoid that, you shoot. And having an 85 3-point shot gives me silver limitless, which I can shoot pretty far with. So that makes them step up more, which opens up the lanes for my teammates, and lets me make my reads more effectively. Free throw 65. I only need really a 60 free throw, but I ended up with a little bit more basketball shot through that free throw. Kevin Durant free throw animation is the best one in the game, has been for years, the most consistent. Other people can argue with that, whatever is up to you, but for me it's been Kevin Durant, and a 60 free throws been my minimum of what I need to shoot free throws. Pass accuracy, obviously this is a passing build, so playmaking was a big part of that. I did a 90 pass accuracy because of the passing styles in this game. The highest one is Jason Williams, which you need a 90 pass accuracy for, and everything else is just below that. There's nothing higher than Jason Williams. Jason Williams is a 90 pass accuracy. Next one below that is a Magic Johnson with 85. Next one below that is I think another 85, is LaMelo, and then 80 is Stephen Curry, 75 is LeBron James, and then you have fundamental, which sucks. So I did this to get all passing styles in the game. If you really want to say true to Magic, you could do 85 just to get his passing style, but higher passing style, obviously you get better dimer, needle threader, which I obviously wanted. Ball handle 89. I mostly did this because of Unpluckable, and y'all see that's a tier 2 badge. Usually you get that as a tier 1, as a tier 3 badge, but I guess because of my height and stuff, they just give me as a tier 2, which is really clutch. Ball handle again, I did that mostly for Unpluckable. Now I'm not a ball handler for real, but y'all see me size up. If I have to get to the rim, I can get to the rim. I can get to the rim with this. Ball handles 89, speed 80, just for me to make a move if I have to, and also just for me to get quick first step, Unpluckable, handle for days, clamp break and stuff like that. Just for me to get those badges. And killer combos, killer combos is also another one I like to use. But nothing else, nothing really is over that. As far as ball handle and speed go, I just did that just so I could handle the ball. But really, the most important part of this was pass accuracy. Defense, I hate looking at this because I usually like making better defensive players, but this year you gotta sacrifice. Tier defensive 50, not good. But with this play, you can stop most people from getting a rim anyway, so you'll be alright. Perimeter defense 85. I have the stick skills for me to do with that. If you need to hire, you can tweak this but however you want. Still 85, so I can get silver glove. As y'all know, they nerf glove anyway, so y'all can really tweak this build how y'all want and even bring out the bronze, or not have it on at all. Block 58, that's not really high enough because I don't even get anchor, as y'all can see down there. With this player, it's not a defensive player, obviously, but you could read lanes with this player really well and even plug point guards really well with this build somehow, which is weird. Defensive rebound, I hope having a big man down there is grabbing them. If not, damn, that's tough. I don't know what to say. Sometimes you get lucky and just run to the ball, or 2K will let you jump really well with this player, but not a high rebounding player. Speed 78, I did not need a high speed, and with most quote unquote comp players, you'll see them have a kind of a low speed and high acceleration just because of coming out of triple threat moves and stuff like that. It's better for you to actually have high acceleration because you're faster. That's why most people could just blow by most people sometimes. So if you didn't know that, here you go. That's why I made this build like that. And for some reason, I feel like I move better with this player on defense like this. Y'all can test that out however y'all want. Strength 35. Listen, I'm not looking to really stop nobody really on defense. That's a big guards I'm gonna stay in front of for most of the time. Vertical 76, obviously for quick drops. Stamina 90. Again, I'm not doing a lot of dribbling. For all the dribble guys that are here on this channel, y'all could tweak that however y'all like. That's not how I run my basketball, but shit, do y'all. Playmaking, well, not playmaking, I mean takeovers. You get damn near every offensive badge, like every offensive takeover in the game except for slashing. You get and you also get the defensive ones, perimeter defensive ones. So I'll really run team rating boosts just because it boosts the progress of each of your oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. It gives a large boost to your team's offensive abilities for a period of time, which obviously if I'm passing, again with these randoms, you want to help them out as much as possible. It feels terrible for you to throw a dot and a random just misses completely because they're just garbage. So shit, I usually turn this on early. That's why I have it as a primary takeover, so we can get right. And there's no way there's updated crime right now, 2K. You gotta be shitting me. But if y'all really want a higher boost, obviously you could just double up on this. You'll see doubling up will give you twice the impact. But I usually again like to always throw defense in my builds. Hate being a liability. I always really do extreme clamps, just so I can stay in front of the defenders a little bit more. Just stay in front of my guards a little bit more. That's really why I have that right there. The build is complete. Y'all gonna see what it says and who it has shades of. Lonzo, Steve Francis, Tyrese Halliburton. Lonzo, I can see he's a little bit weaker defensively. Steve Francis most definitely could see the franchise, and Tyrese Halliburton most definitely again. Lonzo, I can see with the passing, and with Tyrese Halliburton, I can see with the passing. Dribbling, I can see with Steve Francis. That's about it. Now I'm going to go and show y'all how I had this build, like how I set up my badges. All right, so with my badges, because I hit level 40, I hit level 40 for most of the seasons leading up to this one. I think I hit it for all of them. So I had a lot of badge points, and I had a lot of, and I also had like the rewards for the core pattern ones. As y'all can see on the top, y'all can see how much I added using the previous seasons and the original, like when I was in the build creator. Kind of figured that out, but I mostly put a lot of put a lot of points into playmaking just because, in defense, because I have a little, like one in defense I'm a little weak, and finishing. This is how I have my badges set up. Finishing, I'm kind of waiting on this one because this player, I never fully upgrade my players. Right now he's at 92, so as you can see, I have 6 badge points available for this. I like to have aerial wizard on just for putbacks, which I catch with this. Like you catch a lot of putbacks, not a lot, but you'll catch putbacks with aerial wizard on. That's why I like to have it on. Acrobat, I always like to have on. Giant Slayer, most definitely. Rise up and stuff like that. Fearless Finisher, I'll have on, and Limitless Takeoff, so because that badge is broken. It's a broken badge. Shooting, as y'all can see, bronze, Limitless. I could really bring this up to a silver. Once I upgrade it, obviously, but. I never really upgrade my players all the way. But Space Creator, just for step backs and stuff like that, it works better for me doing that. If I'm doing it. I always advertise for Green Machine. It's a really good badge. And I don't really want to catch and shoot with this player because I know I'm hitting the ball. And I could also shoot without having catch and shoot on anyway. Guard up, I run on silver with this player just because, again, if they're playing back and they're playing the lanes and stuff and pulling up, if they're not contesting properly and they're just pressing square all around just to see if I'm going to throw the ball on the cut or something, you failed to contest me properly. So that shit is getting knocked down. Silver Amp, because again, this game you get tired. You're going to get tired. There's going to be possessions you just get tired, and I like to be able to shoot regularly when I have this badge on. Claymore. Really, I just had the extra badge point, so I put it here. Clutch Shooter, always like to be good in the fourth, that's where it gets serious. Come back here, usually activation down 7. If you're playing with randoms, as you know, most of the time you'll be down, unless you get like a great team, which is very rare. Playmaking. Dimer, obviously, needed to get on gold. Don't really like running anything on this game in Hall of Fame, unless I have to. You don't really get that much of a large boost. But this is how I run it up. Gold, a dimer, gold needle threader. This is how I had it set up for the whole time, especially during that video. I like to throw, not like to throw lobs, but especially do really works with throwing lobs. Floor general, always like to keep, help the randoms as much as possible. Help them out as much as possible. Even though, it's pretty easy to shoot in this game, but it feels like randoms just wake up when they just touch this game out of random. Unpluckable and gold are not corded. I don't know what to say about this. I did because they nerfed the steals, this works way better now, so you can kind of dribble a little bit more, have a little more freedom with dribbling. Quick first step, self-explanatory. Had the Hall of Fame, had the best one for it in hyper drive. I don't have to bail out this player, but I feel like because of the high pass accuracy, sometimes like the bailout will work even, like it works without bailout. And most of the time, I'm looking at pass anyway. I'm not taking shots at this player that's not wide open, really. Clan Breaker, gold. Because I had the badges for it. I don't use killer combos, but I have handle for days, even though I'm not juggling that much. I can really switch to cyber kill combos and mismatch support. That's up to you. Again, badges not crazy. Gold glove, bronze clamps, never need anything higher. I have the skills enough to play the perimeter with that. Menace, silver, good enough. Bronze, pick dodger, sucks, doesn't really work anyway. And everything else because I just have the badge points like workhorse and ankle braces. Also gonna show y'all my animations because I had a lot of stuff saying what size up the stuff that I use. Dribble Star, John Morant, James Harden, size up, Kevin Durant, escape package, and Russell's crossover. Pro moving behind the back, basic spin, hesitation, Zach LaVine, step back, Luka, triple dunk Mike. Right now I have LaMelo equipped, but here's what I want to show y'all. Here it is. Pass accuracy requirements for 85. Stephen Curry pass accuracy is 80. LeBron 75. Magic 85, and Jason Williams is a 90, and that is the highest passing style in the game. So here y'all go with that. But y'all can see the Kevin Durant, free throw and stuff like that. But that's really my jump shot. Also, I had a lot of questions asking how am I passing while my icons are up. So you want to go to controller settings. You want to go down to go to icon passing, and this first most of y'all will be default. Just switch it. Just go to the left one time, pass that control. So when you press R1 and you have the icons up, if you want to bounce pass it to a certain icon, double tap it. If you want to do a regular pass, you just tap it. And if you want to do like an overhead pass, like an entry pass, like if you're doing like entry pass to somebody in the post, you want to just hold the button and it'll do that for you. But that's all that I have, really. I never tweaked anything else. Everything else is just IQ basically. But YouTube, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the love. Peace out.